What's up? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day so far. This is going to be a really, really good video, and I feel like this is going to fix a lot of the misconceptions in the e-com space that people have about static ads and how to properly run them, because there's this stigma behind them that they're bad, but the truth is they just require more strategy than videos, and when you apply that strategy correctly, they're actually extremely lucrative. And the fallacy that you can't scale with only static ads is so false, and the only people saying that are people who aren't very experienced when it comes to e-com. I have friends doing 5, even up to upwards of 7-figure months with statics only. And I was on Instagram earlier today, and I saw this ad on my Instagram. If you see this, whoever made this ad in this video, I'm sorry for outing you, but I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see that? So, static ad on Instagram. This is the kind of ads people are making, just running the purchase campaigns, and they're wondering why their static ads don't work. And then they get on Twitter and they say static ads suck, or they're only good when supplemented along with videos. False. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a graphic design tutorial on how to properly make static ads and the different kinds of static ads and in which order you should run them, because there is an order to it. It's harder than you think, right? But nothing good comes easy, right? I have been into graphic design before I even started e-com. I've been in graphic design literally since I was 10 years old, on Photoshop, in class, making stuff. Before I was into e-com, I wanted to be a graphic designer until I looked up the salary of a graphic designer, and then I was like, whoa, no. But needless to say, I'd like to think I'm one of the more experienced people in the space when it comes to graphic design specifically. With that being said, our product of the day, the product that we're going to be using for all these ads, is going to be super simple, super clean cashmere beanie. Can't get much simpler than that. It is wintertime. It is cold outside. This is a very nice looking, very warm beanie, and there's already a lot of content to use for it. So I'm going to show you guys how to utilize that content with minimal AI to make some really, really nice photos. So applicable notes for this. Because it's a beanie, that means it is a visual product, which means when something is a visual product, it means the best way to sell it is just by having pretty visuals. There are products to solve problems, and there are products that look nice. And bonus points if you can get both, but typically it's one or the other. This beanie is a visual product. The only way to properly sell this is going to be by making it look really, really, really good. We can throw in like, yeah, it's warm, but so is every beanie. So it's cashmere, it's quality, and it looks pretty. That is it. So we're going to have to sell visually instead of listing out these benefits and statistics. That's extremely important to know. If you try to sell a visual product using statistics and science, and you should buy it for these emotional reasons, nobody's going to buy. If you try to sell a more statistic-based product that isn't very visually appealing with visuals, you're going to fail. So it is pretty apparent that we have to have super strong visuals, which is perfect for this video. So beanie, visual product. Now let me real quickly break down to you guys how you're supposed to run static ads from a media buying perspective. A lot of you guys, hold on, wrong way to do things. This is what you will do. And you do it this way, and it's not your fault, because this is what you do with videos, and it works better doing this with videos. So wrong way to do things. Make a super, oh my God, I keep clicking my CapCut hotkey. I'm the only guy you know with a CapCut hotkey. Make a super aware static ad. Come across as the brand. Have middle of funnel copy, and ultimately try to hard sell. Just like you would in a video, like you've always done. But when you try the same thing you do with a video on a static ad, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? It's not magic. It's not unluckiness. It's strategy. So that is the wrong way to do things. And if you do this, you'll likely see high CPC, so like above $2. High CPM, that's a big one for a lot of people. If you're selling supplements with static only, like if you're sourcing from Supplyful, you're probably struggling with high CPMs, and it's really annoying, and I'll show you kind of how to fix that to your best ability. Supplements, there's a lot of nuances with CPMs, but this is what's going to happen to you if you do it this way. Now let me show you the right way to do things. Right way to do things. The right way to do things, let me actually make all this a little bit smaller. Right way to do things. Understand how to make top of funnel, middle of funnel ads. I'm not going to even talk about back of funnel because that is just later on down the road, just to get yourself off the ground. You just need to understand these two concepts. Understand how to make top of funnel, middle funnel ads, what they are, what identifies them, and how to walk the customer down the funnel using them. Now, the ad I showed at the beginning of the video that I saw on Instagram, it says dog car seat cover keeps your car seats clean, with like a super AI photo. This is not a good ad like graphically at all, but also just copy-wise, not very top of funnel. I can guarantee this guy's getting a horrible cost per click on this ad, and probably very high CPMs due to how bad it looks and due to the fact that he's not doing things the right way. Before you make middle of funnel ads, which I'll explain what those are in a minute, you need to make top of funnel ads. You need to. So let me break down what these are and what they mean. So top of funnel ads are meant to bring in cold new audiences, people who have never seen your brand before. They're meant to farm low engagement, low cost per click, meant to get you in the door with CPM, meant to get you in the door with Meta trusting you. And you do this oftentimes by running native ads, just super native looking ads. And there's also a fallacy. People call people dumb on Twitter all the time for like running a native ad straight to a product page. Yet there's so many nuances that they clearly have no idea what they're talking about. Maybe in like supplements, if you run a native ad to straight to a product page, yes, bad way to do things. Maybe you want to have like a pre-lander there, but if you're selling like this beanie and you're running native ads, you don't need to run them to an advertorial for a beanie. You don't need to do that. And I'm scaling a brand right now that I'm documenting on my channel as I go, that I promise you is not in the supplements niche. And I've been running native ads and they've been converting profitably. Straight to the product page. So that's a fallacy as well. But top of funnel is meant for bringing in new audiences. This is good to get your foot in the door with Meta, low CPM, low cost per click. Now, of course, the ads still have to be good for this to work, but it's the best way to do things. These are often soft selling. So let me do this. Let me put this to the side and let me put this here. Top of funnel, customer's perspective. So oftentimes, there's many ways to make top of funnel ads. This is just a way that I do it. Customer's perspective. Speak from the perspective of a customer. Maybe make a Facebook page that is somebody's name instead of your brand name. I do that. Customer's perspective, soft selling, meaning like soft CTAs. I'll give you an example of all this, by the way, later in the video. Soft CTA, native, visual. Unsuspecting, meaning they shouldn't know it's an ad until they finish reading it. So that is a top of funnel ad. Now, a middle of funnel ad is likely what you're making right now. It is an ad coming as the brand to the customer with a super professional, high quality shot visual that is listing benefits. If you're this age with this problem, you need this, like really educating them and explaining to them why they need this. And this oftentimes doesn't work with cold audiences because they simply don't care. That is one of the biggest objections, and e-com is all about objection handling for customers. One of the biggest objections that people don't talk about, people talk about like, oh, shipping is too expensive. Oh, I don't trust you, this and that, or it's too expensive. One of the biggest objections in sales in general, I did door-to-door for almost a year. One of the biggest objections is just, I don't care. And you can't fight that objection. Truthfully, it is the one most common objection and the hardest to fight. It's unbeatable. Just, no, I have no reason. No, not right now. People don't care. You have to come into this assuming nobody cares about your brand or what you're saying. Even if it's incredible information, it's gold, nobody cares. Nobody cares. So that's why oftentimes middle of funnel doesn't quite work. But let me break it down. So middle funnel, these ads are meant to objection handle. Objection handle, I don't want to say customers, because that insinuates they bought from you. Audiences that are warmer or have seen your top of funnel ads will oftentimes not work when launched on a cold pixel as a static ad. Videos are a bit different. I'm talking about static ads here. So it's important to know what these mean and why this doesn't work all the time, even though these are the best working. Now, and this is kind of, you can't put a number on this, but it's important to note that top of funnel ads run roughly from like a 0.75 to 1.3 ROAS. Again, it's not solid numbers at all, but these are rarely profitable, and that is totally cool. Like, that's fine. The point is engagement, and you're going to either lose a little bit of money or break even on these, unless you're doing like a crazy native to pre-lander full funnel. Now, if you just want to get engagement and you want to run top of funnel so you can eventually run middle of funnel, it's going to run from a 0.75 to 1.3 straight to product page. A lot of the times these ads for brands that aren't something super statistic based, like supplements, just like for a beanie, these are not ran as conversion ads, like ads that are meant to convert at a 5 ROAS. Not what these are for at all. These are just to get your foot in the door with everything and maybe get some proof of concept. These can't convert, these should convert, but they're not going to be your big spenders. Middle of funnel. These will be the ads that run from, if they're good, anywhere from 2 to, just 2 plus ROAS. Profitable. These are your money makers. Top of funnel, middle of funnel. These are your money makers. Now, this isn't like a pixel warm up where you'd run top of funnel ads and then once they do good and there's certain KPIs you hit, you turn them off. No, these should be constantly running. It's a cycle. Top of funnel draws in new customers. Meta automatically soft retargets to middle of funnel ads. Those convert. It is a constant cycle in your ad account. And a good rule that I like to play by, understanding that these should always be running at the same time, is the 70-20-10 rule. So 70%, I'm not going to elaborate on this because I don't have enough space, but just like replay this video or write it down if you want. 70% of the ads in your ad account should be top of funnel. It's the way I do things. Constantly bringing in new customers. 70%, majority of the ads. 20% middle of funnel. These are your big spenders, high converters. 10% back of funnel. Crazy good ROAS, 5+ ROAS, not spending a lot. There's not a lot of them, but they retarget. These are literally like back of funnel. You left items in the cart. Shop now, 50% off. We saw you looking at our stuff. Now's your time to decide. Super back of funnel. That's why we're not talking about them in this video because they don't apply. But when I say 70-20-10, I don't mean in your budget, like what you're spending daily, 70% is getting spent on top of funnel, 20% is getting spent on middle of funnel. No, even though 70% of your ads are top of funnel, this 20% middle of funnel should be spending more. So let's say you're running at $1,000 a day. You're not doing $700, $200, $100. You're probably doing $250, $700, $150. That equals, no, $150, $700, $50. That's still 200. I can't do math. You know what I mean? The middle is spending most. This is spending most. I can't move on until I get this right. It would be correct if I said 200, 700, 100. That's good. I like that. 200, 700, 100 is a pretty decent ratio that you should be spending. This is how an ad account healthily cycles through creatives. If you just have CBOs running with ads, test 1, test 2, test 3, you're doing things like an amateur. And it could work with videos, but statics, you need strategy. This is going to save you when it comes to engagement. Now, of course, you're like, I'll say this and then I'll have somebody comment and say, hey, this didn't work. Like it's a method or something. Your ads probably aren't very good. This works if your ads are good. This doesn't save you from bad ads. This saves your good ads from performing like bad ads. That's very important to understand. Now that this is done, let's get into the fun part, the actual visuals. So obviously we have to start with top of funnel ads. So I want to sell this beanie. I'm going to make one top of funnel ad, one middle of funnel ad, and I might make a couple more. I don't know. We'll see how much time we have. I've already been filming for like 15 minutes, so we'll see. All right, we're selling this beanie. It's a visual product, which means we have to have beautiful, beautiful visuals. Now, obviously these product photos aren't very good and we can't use a lot of them, but luckily this is a super basic looking beanie. And I was able to just look up cashmere beanie on Pinterest and find a lot of awesome pictures I can use. I just have to make sure the ribbing is very similar to whatever I choose to pick. Now, we are going to make a top of funnel ad. Refer back here. Customer's perspective, native visual. Everything you see here is not a native visual. These are all shot with professional cameras. These are all product photos. We need a picture that looks like it was just posted on somebody's Instagram story. So let's scroll a bit until we find one. This one's not horrible, but still the quality it's too good. The quality is literally too good for that. So let's back out of that. Let's keep looking. This one's not bad. Let's use this one. So of course, I feel uncomfortable personally just stealing images. So I'm gonna take this image, put it into Gemini and say, change her face, make her a different girl. Because I don't wanna, I don't know. Ethical reasons, I don't want to use whoever this person is in my ads without their personal permission. Have it generate. Right, and she looks a bit different now. Yep, she's looking up, different girl, nice. So this is our new visual, new girl here. Looks like a photo a friend took. And you don't have to do much cropping and stuff. Like usually I have to mess with Magic Expand and stuff, but honestly, because we're using 4x5 Instagram format, might just do it like this. So not horrible, not bad. You know what, let's get one more, because this is still arguably like, this is still almost too professional. Like I want something like a selfie or something. That's almost close. It's not really, but we might be able to find something similar. Yeah, we need like photos like that. This one? Yeah, this is good. Okay, perfect. This is a really nice photo. So now, new chat. I'm gonna say, make her a different girl. Hopefully it keeps the beanie and stuff. I didn't really specify that. Okay, kept the beanie on her. Nice, actually a very good job there. Gave her like a bit of a different outfit, but looks nice. Honestly, I like it better than this picture, so let's just replace it. Your native shot. All right, cool. Let's magic erase the Gemini mark. Never forget to do that. Okay, now we have our visual here. Now we have our visual. Now we're gonna get into some graphic design tips. So this is a native visual. This is a shot that can easily be taken on an iPhone. Not like, let me find a bad example. Like this. Oh, that's a store. Like this. This is not a native photo, guys. This is very much so not native. This will be a pattern disrupt to the customer or potential customer who is scrolling. This looks like a post. Even don't worry if the quality is a little pixelated. That's fine. That's what a Facebook post looks like. Now, graphic design tips. So when you upload a visual, visual comes first. Visual is the anchor of your ad. The visual decides where your text will go, where you can put text, where you can't put text, the kinds of colors you use. So here, it's a shot of a girl right in the center with a lot of space above her and a little bit on either side. So obviously, whatever kind of hook we decide to use, it's going to go up top. So let's make a text box up top. And we're going to do the simplest line of text ever. I'm just going to say something like, just got my cashmere beanie from at, I need to make a random brand name. Cozy, nice. It's number one in my rotation. I know a lot of friends who, I don't wear beanies, but I have friends who do, and they have like a beanie rotation. They have like a collection and they rotate them out. So that's why I'm saying that. You know, girls typically like to type in all lowercase. That's why I use all lowercase whenever I'm selling to women. And another mistake people will make, they'll do the text, they'll put it here, and then they'll try to use something like, they'll take like a, something like this, and they'll try to do something like this. They'll get the native visual right, but then they do like, let's even make like the colors look half decent, like this, and they'll send this to me, and I'll be like, you're so close. Like this text is great, visual is great. Imagine you're on Facebook or Instagram and you go to make a story like this. Where on Instagram or Facebook is there an option to have this huge thing behind here, to have this really cool looking graphic? It's not a thing. You have to go in and edit to make this be a thing, you know what I mean? So use native effects, use native text effects. My favorite one right now, background. This is the most common on Instagram. And because of the accent colors in this photo, I mean, she has black on, there's a lot of browns. We could do black, it's a little too basic for me. So I'm gonna switch it to like a, let's color pick, like this. Yeah, looks quite nice. Okay. And then a soft CTA. So then, this is another mistake. People will make this, and they'll leave it. You have to understand that people on Meta, whether that's Instagram or Facebook, are very simple-minded people. I'm just talking about the general public. Very, very simple-minded people. They read, If you don't tell them to do anything, they won't do anything. If you do, they just might. So if you make an ad like this, and I've had this issue myself, this could get very good engagement, very low CPM, but no conversions, not even any interest at all. And you wonder why. It's because people might be accidentally clicking. They might be trying to go to her profile because they think she's pretty, and they have no intention of buying. They don't even know this is an ad. So you do have to add at least one soft element that lets them know this is an ad. So let's copy this, keep the style consistent. Back to spacing. We have some space down here. Her shoes aren't so important. The focus is up here. So let's take up some space down here. We're going to say, get one before they sell out again. And then we'll just do spam spacebar a bunch, and you'll see why in a second. Cool. Okay. We can actually maybe avoid her foot here, which would be nice. All right, and then I'll do arrow, and we'll find a nice looking arrow, not a bad looking arrow. And we'll do like, this is cool. Make it white, and then drag it down here. Oops. Okay. All right, cool. So just an element to give some good intent behind the click. And I can speak from experience. In the right market, with the right product, these convert. Now again, they don't convert at a 6 ROAS unless you have some, again, crazy funnel going on. But this is a simple funnel. It is just gauging interest with clicks, getting your foot in the door with Meta, and maybe a couple people stumble to checkout. That's it. That's all. This native look will drive a lot of cheap traffic. People will click, and your product page is really what it's left up to. If it's a nice product page, it may convert. So expect these to run from a 0.75 to 1.3 ROAS. I don't want people on here being like, this can't convert at a 5 ROAS. Probably right, man. You're probably right. That's not what this is for. So an ad like this is something I legitimately run. If it was a product I'd run, I probably wouldn't run this product. It's a little too basic, but it's just the example. So native ad, okay? Let's maybe make one more. Just for the culture. We'll do one more. So I find a nice Pinterest pocket here. This is kind of a cool picture, but it doesn't showcase it very well. This one's really neat. Ooh. Okay, yeah. This one. Now, I don't know if I have to change her. I'm not going to change her face just because you can't see it. So we should be good. I feel better about this. This is a really cool dark aesthetic photo. So we will see. I want to do this, but I'm not going to. Because if I do, we lose all this valuable space we have at the top. Therefore, I'm going to work from the bottom. Now, we have all the space up here. Again, visual anchors the rest of the shot. Text is now allowed up here. Copy this. I love this style. Move it down here. Really cool. I think for this one, I'm going to go really, really dark gray. I want to keep the aesthetic like really dark. I don't really like just using straight black effects, like even giving it a bit of a dark gray. Looks quite good. So let's think of another simple native line of text here. And by the way, just if you're wondering why I'm doing these fake ads, it just makes it look more authentic, you know, just that cozy. All right, let's get rid of all this. The space is underlined. Okay. This is fine. All right, very cool. And then again, soft call to action. And these, if you refer back up to the top, 70% of your ads, you'll see why they're 70%. They're so easy to make. The hit rate on these is very low, meaning you upload 20, 2 may hit. So they're very easy to make, and it's because they're not very powerful, as you can see. Like, they're so simple. They look nice if you do them right, like this, but the hit rate's low. Hit rate's very low. You got to make a lot. For the middle of the funnel, not a lot. If you're good at making ads, my hit rate is very, very high with middle of funnel ads. Oh, it's bugging out. All right. Get one before. Let's do like a little Black Friday call out here, right? Before Black Friday ends. Okay, cool. Soft call to action. Actually, if we're to make this a bit bigger, we're not covering up anything by doing so. We don't want to overpower the hook either, so we'll keep it like right here. And these would be 2 native ads I would genuinely run to try to accomplish my goal of a break-even ROAS, just to get my foot on the door with engagement, even understanding what angles work. Here's another thing. If you're selling a product that isn't visual, so this is visual, like I said, visual product. As far as angles go, there's genuinely not a lot. Like, there's not a lot of angles you can hit with this. But if you're selling a product that has multiple angles, use this to test your angles. Use this. The product I'm selling right now, if you're in my coaching program, you know what it is. I show you. I have tested like 4 or 5 angles for it, all through these native ads, strenuously, rigorously testing these angles. And I found 2 that work, and those are the 2 I am approaching my middle of funnel ads with. So this is also great for testing any ideas you may have. So 2 top of funnel ads. Kind of boring to make. Don't expect insane profit, but they are necessary with static ads to be in 70% of your campaign. Now let's make 2 middle of funnel ads. These are fun. This appeases the inner graphic designer in me. So now we can go crazy with some super high quality photos. Doesn't matter. Let's go crazy with them. Now we need to check off 2 boxes here when we're picking photos for these. We need photos with potential for lots of space around it so we can use text, because this is where text comes in handy. So lots of space, can't have it filling up like the whole frame. Like if you look at this, whole frame filling up, no good. Where are we going to put the text? It'd be ugly. Second is we need to make sure the ribbing matches. So the ribbon can't be too spread apart. So let's just look, and black is really a good color for this because you can't really tell how far apart the ribbing is. This has branding on it though, so we don't want to use that. It could get us in some trouble. Do not want to do that at all. I want a really jaw-dropping photo to change up with the Gemini. Something really, really cool. So let's scroll for a bit. This is a nice shot, but it has some branding on it. Now, I love this photo, but this is just not what my product looks like, you know? This one's really neat. So this is from AliExpress. So okay, so the ribbing looks similar. Let's do quite a bit of editing on this. Now, maybe saying, Adam, you're going against what you just said. There is no space here. And you'd be correct. But I'll show you how to, if you really like the visual like I do, I'll show you how to make space. Because this is from AliExpress, let's just confirm. And it's not, the page isn't even found. We're not going to change this person. We're not going to do it. Just because there's little to no risk here at all. But if it was from like a legit brand, we'd change everything, make sure we're in our ethical bounds here. So, as far as space goes, let's do this. Let's go ahead and put this, say right here. And I need you all to join me in prayer as we pray that Canva's magic expander gods can help me out here. And it won't do something really weird. And if it helps me out, we will have a beautiful visual. Let's see. Okay, not horrible. We just need a little something to work with, and we can do the rest ourselves. Okay, this should work. Let me show you how to make this look good, because this obviously doesn't look super good. This quality to come back. Why is it like loading? Okay, cool. So make a duplicate, make a copy. That's a pretty clean cutout. I am happy with that. So now that we have a cutout so that she won't be affected, we can go in and edit this original shot and see how there's like all these lines and ugly stuff. Oh, wow, they're gone. Cool. So now if you mess with the temperature, it can make it look like this. It's the fastest Canva edit you've ever seen. Bang, look at that. Quite nice, right? I'm gonna mess with it a bit more. I want the colors to be a bit warmer, honestly. Like, this looks pretty good. It's not doing much. All right, pretty cool shot here. This is visual 1, and then of course we need to get rid of the branding on the top and do our best to not mess up the ribbing. So we're gonna get it as small as we can and just kind of like tap our way through, you know, so like this. And I hope it's not too noticeable. We're gonna do some more removing here. Man, does not want to cooperate. Well, you know what it is. Okay, I'm doing this in the wrong order. It looks like the background remover, funny enough, for some reason, removed part of the hat. So we're going to restore this before we magic erase it. And now let's try. All right. Now it should be a bit better with removing everything here, hopefully. We shall see. Yes, it was. I'm the smartest man alive. Okay. This tag literally just says autumn. We're not selling the scarf, so it's less important, but still, just get rid of that. I'm not really happy with this like little black spot here. Looks like it's stained. It's better. Okay. Cool. Now we have a super clean, super awesome visual. We're actually going to add some pro tip. I hate solid color backgrounds. That's what we've kind of given this. So, going to add some marbling. That is just not marbling, actually. Fun fact. Okay. Let's see how this looks. This is decent marbling. It's nothing crazy, but maybe it'll look good. We'll see. Might choose another one. I want it to look more realistic, you know? Ooh, there we go. That's what I needed. All right. That is legit marbling right there. Move that. And... oh, yeah. Now we are talking. Check that out. Okay. So, very cool visual. Let's go ahead and set up another one very quickly. Let's kind of speedrun this. So... okay, that's from Comfort. I'm not going to use their stuff. This is such a nice shot, but I don't think the ribbing matches well enough. It just doesn't. Oof, this is perfect. Okay, this is going to be difficult, and the reason it's going to be difficult is because of the contrast here. It's not far apart enough. So we're going to try to use this as a base visual. Of course, this is from a legit brand, so we're going to go into Gemini and say, change this girl's face, make her another girl. Maybe even change her skin tone too. And we're going to get this to fix it for us. Check this out. Gorilla Mind, Tiger's Blood. Gorilla Mind used to be my favorite. I drink it every winter for some reason. I don't really know why. Look at that beautiful job from Gemini. Now we're going to see if we can make this work. We might have to pick another visual. This is going to be risky. But hey, you never know. Let's see. So I want top space, but I also, on this one, I want side space. And you'll see why in a second. So I'm going to start with this. Again, the odds, Magic Expander actually does a good job here. Very freaking low. But because it needs to get the shadows, and it needs to not take into account this part of the hat, which it might. Let's see what it does. Not. Oh, wait a minute. This is kind of fire. Hold on. And then background remover. And then we're going to decrease the contrast with, like, you can see the lines. We can actually whole image blur this by, like, literally just like 15%. And I need to match this up. I have a pretty cool visual. It's still... I'm not sad. I want to make this perfect. I'm picking a new image. Even though it did a good job, it really did. I want it to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. So, pick something really neat. No, I don't want to back up my windows. No thanks. I'm good. It's from Nordstrom. The ribbing doesn't match too much. This looks pretty dang accurate. We could make something cool with this, I believe. Oh, this one looks cool too. This is from J. Crew. I like J. Crew. Good brand. I do like this one. I'm gonna go with this one. Put it into Gemini again and just make it so that, say, change this girl's face, make her look completely different. I think we do something really, really cool with this image. This video is longer than I thought it was going to be. It's been 32 minutes. It's 36 technically, kind of the intro. All right, pretty beautiful image here. There's a weird like 2005 looking filter on it, so I'm going to see what I can do. Ooh, I have an idea for this one. So this image, in order for it to be in the middle, I'd have to magic expand her hair out, but I'm honestly thinking I left a line and I try to get that elbow expanded a bit. Let's try that. Give me one clean shot. One clean shot, please. I'm going to generate new results. This is not a hard ask. I know it can do good. Okay, I can work with this one. I can work with it. I'm going to do the magic eraser trick. See if it'll magic erase all this weird like stone texture. Or it could totally mess it up. Really a 50-50. Give it a blur. Hear me out. Hear me out, guys. Just listen. Hear me out on this. Could this look cool? Or are we wasting our time? This looks so good. I want to get started on this. We're wasting our time. One more visual. I'm going to make, I want to give you guys a perfect example. I'm not going to be lazy for this video. I'm going to get you perfect visuals. We're in a few sub feeds right now. Let's go back out to main page. Back out to like here. Right. Let's see. That's a nice shot. This is cool. Lululemon. Pretty nice. Oof, that's very, very close to what I have. It's weirdly cropped though. Lemon again. Give me something I can use, please. I'm being very picky. For the sake of my viewers, I want it to look good. Ooh, this is nice. Oh, it's so blurry. Ooh, clear one. Doesn't really look the same. This guy keeps looking at me funny. I wonder if maybe we could. I'm not going to use that photo, but want to like it. This one is closer. Oh, I've clicked on another website. Give me something. Oh my gosh, how many have I clicked on? Okay. Back to the home page. Come on. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. This absolutely riveting content. Hey, this is what it looks like half the time. You're just sitting here looking for something. This looks decent. Ooh, this could be good. That looks pretty similar. Let's who's this from? It's not AliExpress. Okay, it's not from AliExpress. We're gonna switch it up. Let's use this one. All right, your site. Make the girl completely different. Change all her facial features. Nice. All right. Now let's see if we can make some space. This is a super clean shot, tons of potential. How big do we want it to go? Let's see. We could left align it. I kind of like the left align. Let's do the left align. Left align. I'm going to magic erase the Gemini logo. I found that if you don't magic erase the Gemini logo before you generate, it sometimes like spams the Gemini logo all over the screen. I don't really know why it does that. But let's expand this here. And hopefully it does a half decent job. I just needed to literally generate empty space. And it has put her quite literally in a cobblestone prison. Like it is jailed her. Come on. It is so random sometimes. It's closer. Why does it keep putting her in jail? Alright, let's see if we can... Hey, I actually didn't agree for that to happen. Okay. Let's do this. Let's move this down here. Make her a bit bigger. Moving her down so that this cutoff portion is gone. So now nothing is cut off. So let's move her down. I'm going to remove the background. I'm going to give this a background color of a light gray. And again, I want more marbling. I want legit marbling. I just love, I don't know what it is. Love the look of like marbling. Yeah, like this. It just looks so premium. And again, it's a visual product. That's what we're going for, right? So marbling, transparency, drop that down a bit. Cool visual. Okay. We have our two visuals, middle of funnel. These can be legitimate ads. Look how nice these look. Really cool, right? Now, I found with native ads, I use very bold text, like literally just canvas hands, or pop-ins is also really good to just make it look more natural. But you can go kind of crazy with this. So let's put this here. Let's get rid of this effect for now. I don't think it'd be applicable. Let's use a font like, oh, I love the seasons. All right. Something super simple. So this is kind of an obvious line of text. I'm just kind of saying like you already have a beanie collection. Maybe I should edit it a bit. I don't know. Again, tons of space. Brainstorming. Make it a bit smaller, put it in the center, italicize, underline, redistribute the text here. How nice does that look? This is just kind of begging on the fact that people seeing this aren't new to beanies. They already have beanies, like a rotation. I have friends that have rotations of beanies. So we were just saying, you already have some beanies. We have cashmere beanies. Now let's go ahead and, of course, I'm going to match the text color to her hat, like this. Very cool looking. Super clean line of text, as you can see. Now, call to action spot. We need some of that. So I'm going to actually, let's keep it. Okay, let's do it this way. Drag this up a bit. Keep that there. Add one to your rotation today. So call to action, right? And where could we put this? I'm thinking we now integrate our friend, the pill. Let's make it same brown. Let's invert like that. Don't drag it here. It's uneven. See on the side. So put it here. What we could do to make it able to do that, we can right align, not left align, right align, and we're going to put this here. But I want to look for like it's a circle arrow, I think. Yeah, like this. Color match. Ooh, come on. There we go. And then you can have it like here. And super cool CTA, you can always make this smaller, whatever, but This is a legit ad. This is the kind of ads people run initially, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And funny enough, these are the kinds of ads visually that people pay creative agencies like thousands for. Just made one in front of you. Not very hard at all. But let's go with the second one very quickly. So this is more fun. This one is a little more serious. So let's say like, I don't want to repeat the word your, no repetition. Something kind of witty. Let's think a bit. Where's winter? I want to speak to like status, you know? Like you don't wear normal beanies, you wear cashmere beanies because you're fancy. But this, my demographic would be people who don't already have cashmere beanies, you know what I mean? This could be the first winter. This is your sign to settling for, ooh, this is good. Itchy beanies. And then we'll do, so every time I've worn beanies, they itch so bad. That's why I don't wear them. Because they itch horribly. So this could be really good. And again, the data would tell. I don't know. But this is could be a really good angle to hit. Of course, make this charcoal gray, like that. Maybe let's make this like, or I have an idea. I want to make her lower a bit, more to the left. This, let's red line, reformat, make this bigger. Nice. Underline, ooh, italicize. Is that like too fancy? Yeah. Okay, no italicization. Let's get rid of that. Nice, and then again, we'll copy this general format. What? Or not, yes. Bang, 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 cool. Well, the action obviously goes down here, or we could honestly stack it. We could stack it up. It's actually not bad. And I'm going to do a little price check here. So, new call to action that I would test out here. I'm gonna left align this one. Middle of funnel ads, you can drop the price in. You can let them know the price in the middle of funnel ad. It's a risky move. It's a huge disqualifier. If you don't know what a disqualifier is, if you do not know what a disqualifier is, golly, if you do not know what a disqualifier is, it is an element in an ad that would disqualify a certain group of people from clicking. And it makes your engagement go up typically, but it makes every single click worth so much more. Because imagine every click on this ad, they now know how much it costs. So that objection's out the window. And remember I said middle of funnel ads are for, objection handling. So there's that. So cool. This looks very nice. You do not have to settle for itchy beanies. Cashmere doesn't itch. Ooh, fancy. Have your first comfy winter for $49.99. You have winter beanies. We have cashmere winter beanies. Add a bunch of irritation today. Very cool. If people are, bored of their beanies, bored of normal beanies, they can have this, right? These look really nice. These look really nice. It's been almost an hour, guys. This is how to make really good static ads. This video should change the way your ad account is set up. And I sincerely hope that you got some value from this video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. If you want to work with me one-on-one, my coaching program is linked in the description. First link in the description. Love working with you guys. I teach stuff just like this. I go through this. I make these with you. I test these with you. I test angles with you. Great experience. If you have the capital for it, first link in the description. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're from, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.